Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Geek Plan. It's Sunday night, which means it's time for some Star Trek. So we're going to watch some Star Trek. I'm actually just creating the watch party link right now. What is up, Greg, and what is up, Tim?
What's up?
Hey.
How you guys doing?
Doing good. Ready to watch some Star Trek.
Yeah. Cool. Did I put the wrong titles in the thing?
Is it
No.
Obsession and...
Yeah, that's what we're watching. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I was referring to something else, but...
Okay. No, that was the one from earlier. It was from earlier. I sent that earlier. I know what you were talking about. Oh, I guess you're right. It is.
Yeah, I was like...
Oh no, I sent it in RJ. I sent it in the other. No, I didn't send it at all. Never mind.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, did he fall
yeah.
asleep? Because Greg and I were working on some technical issues on my side, and
Okay.
we're like, oh,
yeah.
we better
So
get
yeah,
ready.
I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that, man. I'm sorry.
Oh,
You're here.
man.
We're started.
We made it.
Yep. Everything going all right with your connection? Working
No,
out?
it's... So, we made a private listing, not to turn this into tech chat, but it's always good to
you're
share
fine.
this kind of information, but we made a couple of private live streams, and when I just go live on YouTube itself in the studio directly from my camera, it looks great. But when I go through OBS, or like right now, I'd be interested in anyone in the chat telling me like if I'm choppy and not necessarily pixelated, but just not very clear, because whenever Tom last night said he couldn't see that comic, I'm like, what is he talking about? And I'm like, oh shit, he's right. I look like complete shit. I went to YouTube itself, so it seems like when I'm going through something else, something's happening. So I don't know what it is. So yeah, Trey and One Man Show, like, tell me like if I'm slow and like choppy and like from a 1992 stream or something.
I'm gonna pull up my stream too because I'm watching
like that movie
Stream
Disclosure.
Yeah, I'm going through. I'm using OBS as a
Camera source.
virtual camera, and I swear it's like whenever I have something else running, like another YouTube, like let's say when I'm Rhino's Casual Rage, I have his stream open on another page so I can pop out the chat.
Yeah, I do the
Then
same thing.
But then like so the other day it was really really shitty. Like I would look really bad on stream, but then I paused the YouTube video, the stream that I was watching, and it was fine. I don't know.
Interesting.
Weird. Hey, Teresa. How you doing? By the way, your gift to Ryan,
Yeah.
badass.
You need to sell them.
For real.
Yeah,
absolutely.
how much?
I'm pretty sure
I want
Greg
one.
would buy like 10 of them. So,
How much? I want one.
Make different
Yeah, I would
varieties.
buy
One
one
of them
too.
has a hangman's knot and, all
Yeah.
kinds.
Oh yeah, I'll take one with a
Absolutely.
noose. That would be great, and probably easier because then you wouldn't have to actually like knit the axe handle or anything. Just need to buy this tiny
that's
rope.
tonight. 3 Floyds,
Damn.
Cherry Canis Invertus. It's
Looks
a Flemish
good.
style red ale brewed with cherries, and it is really, really good. Slightly tart, Flemish style red ale brewed with cherries. It's really, really good. Of course, it's got the Viking helmet on the front.
Yeah, I mean, that looks like a good one.
It's good. It's good. It's good. It is good. How's everybody doing here in the chat? We got Dave. Well, Zachariah was here first. Hey, Zachariah, how you doing? We got Dave Myers. Hey, Dave, how you doing? One Man Show, waves and stifles a yawn. What's up, One Man Show? Trey Courtney's here as well. Hey, Trey. And Teresa's here as well. Hey, Teresa. Up there it is. There's the burning baby Yoda. He
Yeah,
on
broken
fire.
time out in a while.
Hey, Subhuman, how you doing, man? Welcome, Subhuman. Good to see you.
Sub?
Yeah, I'm glad everybody's here. Hope everybody had a good weekend so far. So yeah, busy day for me. So busy day. But yeah, Trey says, Tim, you look fine. Yeah,
All right.
Whenever we are on stream, like on Saturday nights or Monday nights and stuff, sometimes you on like in StreamYard, I can tell you're like real choppy and pixelated and stuff. But no, you look. It's really clear, crystal clear right now.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How do I look?
A little crackly.
A little crispy.
A little crispy.
You've never looked
Little
better
crispy.
right now, so.
Yes. Yeah, but yeah, it looks good. Looks good. So yeah, I was working on my other video that I'm going to be putting out probably tomorrow. So, oh, that's good to hear, Subhuman. That's awesome to hear, man. Really, really,
Yeah.
really good to hear. Really good to hear. Yeah.
Make sure you drink and do whatever the government tells you not to do. So
Exactly, yeah.
Do what they do, exactly what
the
you
real
should be
resistance.
doing. Yep. Because it's illegal to tell you that you cannot do that. Come into my home and tell me I can't have Thanksgiving with my family.
We might even shoot guns on Thanksgiving. So
Sweet.
yeah.
Sounds like fun. Subhuman says, The Lost Jedi 22 is extra crispy or original recipe. What do you got there, bud?
Definitely extra crispy.
Extra crispy. Okay, cool.
By the way, I don't want to turn this into a Mandalorian discussion, but I went back, to make my video, and that fucker that he stole the cookies from, like, that kid did it on purpose, because, like, if you watch the scene, he looks over at Baby Yoda, and he's like, I'm going to make this little guy mad, and then he pulls out the cookies, and is like, crunch, So, I wish he had force choked that little bastard.
He was antagonizing him.
Yeah. Not that I'm a Baby Yoda fan, but, that other kid just annoyed the piss out of me, so.
Oh, yeah, I was kind of hoping he would choke that kid, to be honest with you. That'd been even better. I want more Baby Yoda choking people. Let's put it that way. I was cool with that in the first season. I was like, let's get more of that. Because it really kind of shows that he's a child. Like, he'll just throw a fit or do whatever the hell he wants. He's a child. Because in The Mandalorian, sure as hell ain't being a parent.
Yeah.
So, he's not.
Yep.
Oh, there it is. There's the Star Trek watch party again. Haven't had that one for a while, Greg. Yeah, been a few weeks.
I almost forgot where it was.
Don't deep fry frozen turkeys.
That is correct. That is absolutely correct.
No,
That's great.
Tell you, years of experience in retail, in grocery retail. One of my favorite things would be watching how many people, like, on Tuesday and Wednesday would buy like these 25-pound frozen turkeys. And it's like, and people as late as like Wednesday night.
Like,
you understand that'll never thaw in time.
what are you gonna do? Sit there and spray it out with hot water?
You're going to have a turkey that is like dry as like like Christmas vacation turkey, like dry on the outside, and then the inside is going to be raw. Like, that's the turkey you're going to serve on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Like, so anybody out there in the chat who has not bought a turkey yet, pretty much too late. You need to buy one that's fresh. If you buy a frozen and it's a big one, you're kind of screwed already.
Well,
Yeah.
I guess the people that get paid on first of the month are at a disadvantage for Thanksgiving, since it's the fourth Sunday or fourth Thursday into the month, right? So
They buy them right away.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
They do.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Or sometimes what they'll do is they'll kick a distribution in early. Depends on where Thanksgiving falls. So states will do things like that, but typically isn't too much of an issue. As far as that goes, it's usually the people who just didn't plan ahead, or they found out like, surprise, you're hosting, and it's like,
Yeah.
you know,
Bullshit.
these monster freaking birds are frozen solid and have been frozen solid for months. Right? They're not going to thaw out. And the thing is like, if you thaw it out on like the counter or something, like, that's great. You're going to have a thawed out healthy turkey on the inside with a beautiful layer of salmonella on the outside.
Yeah.
Because like you have to leave it out in the temperature danger zone for like a ridiculous amount of time. Now, I mean, for most people, it's probably going to be fine, but like, yeah, you need to be thawing that baby already in the refrigerator if you got a big one. Yeah.
Oh, and Rhino, I hope Baby Yoda is not a euphemism for something there on your...
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
John Beck says, do you guys feel a last minute better option is 2 or 3 small turkeys? Like smaller turkeys?
Yeah, actually, the best option is
Cornish
if
hens.
If you're late, yes, Cornish game hens.
Love those.
Buy some of those. They're very, very, very good.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they really are.
But buy a few of those. It's going to cost you more than turkey because everybody's running turkeys on sale. Or do a ham.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about ham.
If you're last minute and you haven't bought your turkey yet and you're thinking you need to buy like a 22-pounder or something like that, you've probably already It's Sunday. You're really pushing the limit. I think of safely thawing that baby out in time.
Yeah.
And
One man show says,
absolutely never put a frozen turkey in a deep fryer unless you want a big boom.
might as well just nuke your backyard if you're going to do that. So
Yeah, I mean, it could be a fun like thing to do if you have no intentions of saving the fryer
Or your property.
or eating
or
the
your
turkey.
or your
Like, you
hair
can
or
drop
your
that baby in,
eyebrows.
like
Yeah.
remotely from like some sort of like remote release, and you're far away. You can go for it.
You have some fun.
I set up something MythBuster style, but
One man show
don't-
says, also apologies in advance for any inconsistencies. Long day, lots of bad news, stress, and fatigue. Well, man, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope your day gets
the
better and
season.
your week tomorrow it starts off better than your day today. So, yeah. Lord Vader says, Baby Yoda will be here to stay. I still think he's going with Ahsoka.
I
think
don't.
he's going with Ahsoka. And John Beck says, love Cornish hens. They are really good. Yes, they are.
Oh man,
They are
like
very,
if
very good.
if you go to Dolly Parton's deal at Branson, they serve you one, and it's so fucking good, man.
Hey, Timon, how's it going? How's it going?
Hey, mon.
I will.
Well,
I'm going
Lord
to pin
Vader,
that.
if we're talking Terran Empire, I would happily kill him to become Supreme Emperor.
Does he have a goatee?
Yes.
Baby Yoda with a goatee.
Yeah, I want to see that. Yeah.
Well, you don't
Evil
need to
Baby
have a
Yoda.
goatee. I mean, in modern Star Trek, the Emperor is, Philippa Georgiou. So,
Are you kidding me?
yeah, that's... But she went over to the regular Prime universe anyway, because she thinks of Mikey Spock as like a daughter figure to her, because
Oh, God.
her Mikey
Daughter
Spock
figure?
in the Terran... Well, yeah, see, in the Terran Empire, this is all Discovery, Mikey Spock betrayed her and she's dead. So, like, when Mikey Spock from the Prime universe went over there, Philip Georgiou has, like, some sort of weird connection to her and, like, loyalty to her. Because she's, like, loves her like a daughter or something. So she follows
What?
Mikey Spock wherever she goes. My
Wow.
buddy.
That sounds like
My buddy.
Wherever I go, he goes, my buddy.
I love that.
But
love
it's bizarro. Like,
it looks weird. And again, like I told you, I dropped out before the show even came out because of the whole director stuff. And not only that, but what was that guy's name? Brian Singer? Was that? No, not Brian Singer.
no,
Brian Young or
Fuller, I think.
Fuller.
Fuller?
Yes, you're right. Brian Fuller. So even before they
Brian
got rid of
Young
him,
is the
I'm like,
Star
oh,
Wars
there's
bird.
something weird going on. Just what they'd revealed, I'm like, that's not really what I expected. Because when they announced it, I'm like, hell yeah, a new show and all this stuff. And then they start revealing stuff, and I'm like, this just doesn't sound like Star Trek. Not even like Enterprise. Because Enterprise was a little weird, but it was still Star Trek. So-
Yeah, less so, but still, I mean, comparatively, like,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
way closer to
Yep.
TOS than Discovery is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, the whole first season's like big plot thing was the whole fact of, Mikey Spock basically starts the Klingon War and gets arrested and mutinies her captain, who, by the way, is the same actress as her captain in the first episode that she mutinies and ends up getting killed by the Klingons, is in the mirror universe Empress Philippa Georgiou.
Huh.
So she has like a loyalty to her because that was her captain that she ended up getting killed. She ends up going to like get sentenced to go off to this prison thing, and then Captain Orca of the Discovery like swoops in and picks her up out of that thing, takes her onto Discovery so they can go do their missions against the Klingons, because they have the fact that the spore drive can jump them anywhere in time and space. Well, not time, but in space, they can just instantly jump from one location to the next. They can do these like, quick, blitzkrieg type attacks against the Klingons, because it's all out war between the Klingons and the Federation. And then the reason Orca is interested in Mikey Spock is because Captain Orca is actually the Captain Orca from the Mirror Universe,
Yeah, I heard about that.
pretending to be the regular Orca from the Terran Universe, and in the Mirror Universe, Orca was wanting to fuck Mikey Spock. So it's all about Mikey Spock all the time. That's basically season 1, and it all culminates, this big battle galore thing, and then season 2 is all about the AI control thing, and you have Captain Pike and Spock and everything in there as well. And now
That's
season
trash.
3, they're gone, and now they're in the future, and the future is ridiculous. Oh.
Is that the Transformer starship and stuff like that?
Oh, that's Bookship. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The Transformer. You read my tweet thread.
I did. I replied to some of your shit.
Yeah.
Remember?
That's right. I
Like that. Looks
I
like
had
a
to pause
12-year-old
and-
bully that's like an Orion. That looked so bad.
Oh, that green. Oh God, yeah. That was like super lame. It's like. So, like, in twins, right? When they had the twins, you had, like, all the good DNA went to Arnold Schwarzenegger, and, like, all the bad junk DNA went to Danny DeVito, right? So, like, imagine Avengers. In between Infinity War and Endgame, Hulk split into 2. And, like, all the brains went to the Hulk that we saw in Endgame. And all the stupid trash went to this character in Star Trek Discovery. That's what it reminded me. It was like a bad version of the Hulk, only super dumb, but more human than the Hulk. It was bizarre. The Transformer thing was just like, what practical use is that? Like, you have to design your whole ship that can instantaneously separate and reconfigure itself. Like, that really limits what you can do on the inside of the ship, because you have to have all these points where you can, like, seal that area so it can, like, shift to another area. Like, why would you design a ship like that? I mean,
Well, it's like they
other
all
than
sat
it just
down.
looks cool.
Yeah, they all sat down and said, "Okay, we're in the future. Like the future. Like what can we make that's different? Like those floating displays and
The programmable matter. What drives me nuts is, like, everything that's set in the future now in science fiction has, like, all the same fucking, like, lame special effects. Like, you have to have the heads-up displays that are completely impractical. And anybody there out in the chat and, us in the panel, go ahead and hold your hands out in front of you, straight out in front of you, at about shoulder height. And just hold them there for a couple minutes and see how comfortable that feels.
yeah, no shit. Yeah.
Now imagine working
Well-
an entire shift with your hands in that position.
It reminds me of like this thing when I was a kid and church and stuff. We would sing this song about Moses, I think it was, and there was some battle in the Bible where the Israelites would only win if his arms were up. So they would make us sing this song with our arms up the whole time. And it really hurt after about 45 seconds.
Well, like, you
So,
ever paint
yeah,
the
there you
ceiling
go.
or have to hang drywall or
Yeah.
just, like, even running cable or even, like, switching out a light bulb. Or, like,
Yeah.
you have to where you have one of these idiotic fucking light fixtures that requires, like, removing 10 different things in order to get to where the fucking light bulb is to change it. Mm-hmm. And it seems every place I rent has those for light fixtures. I don't know why. But...
Right.
Like, your arms get, like, it's just not comfortable. Like, that's not a display anybody would actually use, because anybody who had to use it would be like, this sucks to try and work with, like, all day. This is not a practical display. This is not an ergonomic or comfortable way to work. But visually, it looks cool, and that's all they need for science fiction now, is it just needs to look cool on screen. A ship that has detachable nacelles. Like... In the beginning of this episode, they had the detachable nacelles. What and the dialogue that they wrote with it to explain it was like, so it's more maneuverable, and it's like, but there's no aerodynamics in space, you fucktards.
Yeah.
Like, how does that make the ship more maneuverable to have the nacelles just detach and float separately? And how does the plasma from the warp coil get to the nacelles for warp drive? Like, the nacelles are coils that create the
Yep.
magnetic field that bends time, or it bends space to enable warp. That's how warp drive works.
They should have
actual
read the
warp
TNG
core-
technical manual. That's what they should have done.
The warp core simply provides the energy in order to
Yep. To shunt
pump
in
out
there.
to the
Yeah.
nacelles so the
Yep.
nacelles can generate the warp field. The
Correct.
nacelles make the warp field. The other thing is just it creates an energy. It is a electricity plant. You can't, like, how does the plasma, and this is plasma energy. So this is somewhat liquidy, I guess is the best way to describe it. It's somewhere between liquid and gas state.
It's deuterium slush
viscous.
is what it is.
Yeah. Like, it has to be, like, then plumbed through the ship. That's what the plasma conduits they're always talking about in Star Trek. That's what those do to the nacelles in order to power it. And because the warp drive, in order to function at high speeds, requires an enormous amount of energy, I would imagine that those pipes that route the plasma to the nacelles are extraordinarily big.
Yeah.
So once you detach the nacelles, I don't see a plasma stream going from, like, floating through space to the nacelles. Like, how does the energy get there?
Yeah.
You,
They don't know shit. That's
Oh,
and
They don't
there's just
want
no
to.
practical reason for it, because why would you need it? Like, the nacelles don't make you more nimble in space. That's not how space works. There's no
Yeah.
air. You don't need to be aerodynamic.
right. I'd say option 2 to Lord Vader.
Greg, what's worse, Picard or Discovery? That's like asking, what's worse, regular poop or poop that's kind of runny? It's still poop. It's still shit.
But the runny poop doesn't quite stink as much, so it's a harder choice. As a fan
call
of
the shit
TNG, I'm going to say Picard is actually worse for me.
Okay.
Discovery is a worse show. Like, but as far as, like, me personally, like, which one, if I could wave one away, I would wave Picard away before I'd wave Discovery.
Because it, like, ruins characters, right?
Because
Yeah.
because Picard ruins characters. Now, Discovery doesn't do a very good job with Sarek.
Yeah.
Bastardizes his character.
Yeah.
It does a terrible job with Spock. Pike, okay, but we didn't know much about Pike in the
TLJ,
first
though.
place, so there wasn't much to go on. So, like, it's hard to ruin a character that was really basically in one episode that we didn't know much about unless you read Pike-related books.
Like I did, yeah.
Yeah, so, like, if you're a Pike fan from novels, you probably didn't like the way Pike was portrayed. The actor did fine. He was the only competent captain that the show's ever had. But on a scientific, technical, and writing standpoint, Discovery is by far more egregious.
Yeah. Speaking of stupid
It's
people.
also had triple the amount of episodes. So,
Speaking of stupid people, I love how people are trying to say that the Mandalorian's tank scene was, oh my god, you can hear Snoke's theme in the background. Like, it's because it's a tank, and Snoke was in a tank. That's the only connection. People are fucking stupid. Like,
I think it'd
really
be funny if it
fucking
ends up
stupid.
being Snoke, but, like,
It's not gonna be.
I
not.
highly doubt it.
not.
Like, 99% chance.
No, this is an Exegol. Snoke was created on Exegol. This is an Exegol.
Well, and it
Sorry.
could be explained because, like, what if failed clones all have the same results? You know? Like,
all
they
sit
get
in a
split
fucking
heads and
tank.
stuff.
It's like,
Like
I
that.
doubt it. I doubt it.
This
So
could
it doesn't
be,
have
like,
to be him, but
This could
I
be
really
the-
don't give a fuck. That's my thing.
This could be the prototype technology that eventually allows Snoke to be created later. But are they trying to create Snoke there? No way.
No.
Is the technology similar? Probably. Is it a precursor to what we see all the way in the future in in Rise of Skywalker?
No.
Probably. But, like,
I don't
you
think
know, I was saying on Twitter in a private chat with somebody is like, but Luke was in a tank in Empire Strikes Back, so Luke must be Snoke too.
It's Luke. Yeah, it's Luke instead.
Luke is
I'm gonna
Snoke because he was
fucking
in
do
a
that.
tank.
Greg, you should do that. You should put side by side comparison and be like, oh my god, it's Luke Skywalker. That's what you should do. Like that's how dumb people sound when they say it's Snoke. That's the same. It's the same fucking thing.
Yeah, Lord
It just makes me. It's like
he was the person
I love
that
some
said
comments were
Snoke.
like Snoke has a theme. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
not.
mean,
It's not Snoke's theme. It's
the
the
music's terrible.
it's the Opera House theme that they stole from Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah,
That's
it's.
what it is.
I think you're. Another frustration, and God, it crosses all these thresholds of different shows, is this need to connect everything.
I know.
This need to find all these Easter eggs, like the whole point of the show is to find all these connections and hidden meanings and oh, this is a reference to this and this is a reference to that. It'd be like, that's the stuff you do.
I know.
When there's no fucking story.
I was about to say, because they're grasping for something to be there, for some kind of substance.
People,
You know, and-
people who are Disney Star Wars fans who actually like the sequel trilogy are grasping at anything they can find in The Mandalorian that might connect to the sequel trilogy because they want it to give it validity, and they want The Mandalorian and the people working for Lucasfilm Film and Favreau and Filoni to say the sequel trilogy is good though, but it's not.
It's going
not.
to connect to the sequel trilogy. It can't not.
Maybe
has to.
it's gonna do some vague stuff. I think vague.
It has
I still
to, but
think
how
I still think they're
directly?
gonna. I still think
Well, it
they're
already
gonna write it
has,
out.
because that guy, that pilot guy that travels all over the galaxy, apparently, he was basically saying, setting the seeds for what
Oh,
happened.
Space Miyagi.
Yeah, he was saying, oh yeah, things are happening, and pretty much the First Order is forming, is what he was saying.
Yeah, they have
No
to connect
body
it to
tray.
the broader world. So, like,
Unless they
as soon as
decide
you-
not to use the sequel trilogy.
I
Yeah.
don't see how they can.
Why not? They just say it's an alternate timeline. That's all you got to do. Instead of saying we made a mistake, we screwed up, you just say, oh no, it's an alternate timeline. That's all you do, and then you don't have to admit your mistake.
Yeah, but
And I-
everybody
but I
knows
still
that
am
when
gonna
you do
hold-
that. They're admitting the mistake.
I still think though that
Semantics.
Kathleen Kennedy's not going anywhere. I'll say that
Yeah.
now. I said it
I
what,
think
a couple months ago.
they're
She's
going to
not going
use COVID as an excuse to keep her on for like an
Agreed.
extended contract. If I'm just
Agreed.
guessing, for another 1 or 2 years, because what they'll do is they'll be like, Kathy's so great. She's been so wonderful. She's done so many great things. And we
She
were all
saved
happy to
lives.
see her to be able to finally retire and pursue some own personal and Philippine,
But
and do all these kind of charity functions. But because of the coof and slowing down all these productions, she's decided to grace us with her presence for another year to 2 years to get these other wonderful shows off of their feet and into production. And God bless her for staying on and being willing to do that. Isn't she great?
she's amazing.
I like, be ready for that, because I think that's coming. It's a very predictable move.
Yeah.
And it's like, actually, like,
Yep.
because they're not going to want to. They have so many of these shows that allegedly that they're trying to produce or get going. Like, it would make somewhat sense to keep continuity. Like, to try to shake up the top at this point would be, even though she's like incompetent as a production person, because none of her shit ever gets.
This coffee
to,
tastes like shit.
It never gets to print on budget, on time, or without any major firings. She's like a really terrible producer as far as her history in Lucasfilm goes.
And
The
she can't
movies
make
have made a
coffee.
lot of money. Some of them have made a lot of money. But like all these other issues behind the scenes have cost hundreds of millions of extra dollars to do it. So like, I don't think she's a good person to have in place. But like, to shake it up at this point right now, who are you going to get in there to replace it? Like, you can extend her,
Yeah, they don't have
kiss
anybody
her
else
ass
to
a
replace her.
little bit more.
They've talked. There was rumors coming out about that. They didn't have anybody to replace her. They had no idea who to pick. So like, I'll screw it. We'll just give her a contract renewal. I don't think Iger even
Keep the
gives a
status
shit, to
quo.
be honest with you. I think he's just he sees the Mandalorian making money now, and people are like excited for the Mandalorian. So he's like, well, she hired Favreau, so she knows what she's doing. So I'll just keep her around because he doesn't care.
Now, what's
He's
gonna
just doing all
happen
this
is
to run for fucking president. He doesn't give a shit.
Joe's gonna kick it. The
True.
lovely lady's gonna take over and then nominate Iger to be her VP.
Jesus. Just shoot me now. Just kill me. I did put the link to the watch party in the private chat as well as in the chat.
I'm in
Anybody else
there.
wants to join us too? I did. It's the pinned comment now, so if you guys want to jump in, you can.
Yep, I'm in.
we've talked about Mandalorian and Star Trek Discovery enough already. And then now we're talking about
Discovery
Kathleen
for quite
Kennedy.
some
It's
time,
like, oh
'cause,
man,
man, was that last episode
never gonna
something.
puke.
Yeah, so the villain in this first episode is one step up from the invisible villains in Cave Dwellers. I don't know if you've ever seen that campy 80s movie, but yeah.
I
When you
have,
have
actually.
invisible villains, you don't have to pay anyone, so...
I have not. Oh, yeah, this is the smoke guys, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with Rhino here. They don't know how to fix Star Wars, and Kathleen Kennedy's the only one that actually wants the job. Yeah, Star Wars is dead. I'm pretty sure right now, I don't think anybody really wants to go in there and F with that. I mean, can you imagine having to go in there and fix this shit? What are you going to do? I mean, you have to start from the top, or start from right under where they hire you, and it's like, the new president of Lucasfilm. Then right below you, from all the way down, you got to fire fucking people because nobody's done anything. I mean, they can't even get their own fucking continuity right.
And you can't just fire people either, right? Most of the time. That's the hard part.
Yeah, you can. Just fucking get rid of them. Be like, oh,
Well,
COVID. That's all you got to do.
Politically,
COVID.
and stuff you can't.
Exactly.
And office politics is a thing.
Yep.
Like corporate politics is definitely a thing. The problem, I think somebody would have gone in there because there's really nowhere to go but up. The problem is now because the theaters are in the situation they're in, there's really no up.
No.
Like you're not gonna produce $1 billion title with movie
No,
theaters.
you
going
have to
bankrupt
focus
or
on
running
your
at
streaming
one-third
service that
capacity,
you own now.
Yeah.
That's where you got it. That's where it's got to go.
which is hard to quantify, and they've already signed so many freaking people up for it. Like, all you're doing is if you're taking over that is your job is to maintain your subscriber base, and nobody gets glory for maintaining success.
Dude, it's not even a streaming service anymore. It's an announcement series.
Yeah.
Service. It's an announcement service. All they do is announce shit. That's all they do.
No, and Ryan's right. Like, that Cassian Andor show is not going to see the light of day.
No, it won't.
No one
it
wants
won't.
to see
It's
that.
too late for
It
that.
shouldn't. Who wants
It's
to
too
see it?
late though. It's too late. You can't start your streaming service and be like, okay, Rogue One was just a few years ago. Let's go and do your Cassian Andor series first. Instead, you wait and you wait and you wait and you wait, and now people forget who is Cassian again.
Next
Which one
month
was
will
he?
be 4 years.
Yes.
Believe it or
Yeah,
not.
you're gonna do a prequel. You're gonna do a prequel story with an actor that's now 5 years older than when you did the original movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And I will be honest, when they announced the Cassian Andor series, for a second I was like, you know what? I'd be okay with watching that, man, because he did some shady shit in Rogue One, and I want to see more shady shit that the Rebels had to do to get where they got. I'm cool with that.
Oh,
I
he'll
want to
find
see
some-
shady
he'll
shit.
find some baby thing and babysit it. That's
Yeah,
it's the
it's
same
exactly.
shit they promised with
Oh,
Mandalorian,
it'll be
remember?
it would be
Yep.
it would be the story of him like reprogramming K2SO.
Yeah, there you go.
In fact, I think the only reason people really wanted the Cassian series is because they said K2SO was coming back, and that's one of the best things that Disney Star Wars has done. And you've used him in one movie, and that's it. So,
See, I didn't think he was that great of a character.
oh, I
Like, he was
loved
alright.
him. I
He was
loved him.
alright, but
You'll get the Bad Batch. You'll get that because that's
Yep.
it's animated.
It's animated. Yeah, and
But
it's
all
probably
this
going to be
other
decent.
shit, not even Obi-Wan. I mean, I
No.
don't. Who knows? We'll see. But that
No-
one is so
nobody-
troubled.
I think
Yeah.
it'll end up. It'll be like a two episode miniseries when it's all said and done.
Yeah, now
do
it's
too.
down
I
to
do
4
too.
on the last rumor. So
Yep. To be honest with you, before the COVID hit, I think they were rewriting it to a movie and just going to do a short film, like maybe like hour and a half to 2 hour movie instead. And then they decide. And then after COVID hit, they're like, "Oh well, shit! Now we got to do it as a series. We'll just cut it down to 4 episodes and stretch out the 2 hour movie we're going to do instead, and just shove crap in there that nobody needs to see." Yeah,
With a bonus hour footage of Obi-Wan
walking through the
driving a
fucking
speeder
desert.
across the desert plain.
riding a
Yeah, it'll be
bantha.
like
how
Jesus
about
in the
that?
desert. Yeah, that ain't happening either, Lord Vader. Sorry, it's not happening. No,
Oh, brother.
nope, not happening. Not Rhino. I knew that was coming sooner or later.
What do you say?
Nasty.
Oh, jeez. I don't know if it's a good thing if that's like your official shtick, Rhino.
I know. I was gonna say
That one might not have long legs.
But the thing is, That also gives me a little bit of hope that they will retcon the sequel trilogy and put it in an alternate timeline, because they're talking about Leslie Heads on the show. Well, she was talking about it in an interview that it's actually going to be in an alternate timeline. So they've already mentioned it. What about Tracking Fobs the musical? That is on its way. That's right, Blake. It is. Fucking.
Oh God, yes, that's one thing that
Tracking
we
Fobs the
haven't seen
musical.
in Star Wars is some really truly synchronized dance numbers.
Oh God, it's gotta happen.
You got to go to
gotta
Disneyland or whatever for that shit.
Yeah.
No, they fired those people already. They don't have that anymore.
Oh,
They got
yeah.
rid of
I
those people.
forgot. Yeah.
Yep. They don't do that anymore.
doing-
And that Dirty Dancing, right? Remember that from a few weeks ago that we saw?
Yeah.
But
That
apparently
was
that's
from
older
years
stuff.
ago.
Yeah.
That was from years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Reynolds, fuck off.
All right, is everybody ready to watch some Star Trek?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I suppose.
Yeah, and so link is in the chat. I pinned it in the pinned comment if you guys want to jump in and join. I see we got a few people already waiting. I know
yeah.
we kind of went off on a little bit of a tangent before we started the episode, so I do apologize. But hey,
Oh, they love
that's what
it.
we do here. That's what we do here. So it's like we forget about stuff that we didn't talk about last night. So we're like, oh, let's talk about it now. So yeah.
Hey, that's
Alrighty.
a cool shirt you have on. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah. Here, I'll let you see all of it.
I love those 77 ones. I have a couple with 77 on them.
Yeah, I was born in '77, so it works out. Yeah, it works out even better.
You're such a youngin'.
I know. Yeah, I love it though. I like it. Yeah. I like the old school stuff. So
Me too.
very much so. I got a ton of the old school shirts. But alrighty,
Let's do it.
and yeah, Lord Vader, you're right. They're probably gonna get a Lando show, so be ready for that.
Ugh.
Time to fuck robots.
Bong lover.
Here we go. Titanium. Uh-oh.
They literally used a smoke machine that probably cost $100.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes me want to smoke a cigarette.
It's in reverse.
It reversed it, yeah.
It's so obvious. I love it. He's got those tongs.
Shh. Do you smell that?
Growing season.
Kirk has dealt with smoke before.
He's got the tongs, and it even looks like one of those amoeba creatures from that episode. Pancakes.
I like this that music.
Man, shows like there's super weed around here. Find it. Yeah, exactly.
Like, he's super dead. He's a red shirt redhead.
Oh yeah. Smoke monster.
They're all looking like in the wrong direction. Come on, guys. Do a 360. Shoot him!
Shoot it. Oh, you're gonna get fired. Firecracker cloud.
It's made of the same material that Superman used on Zod in the Fortress of Solitude.
Yeah. Shitty movie. Oh shit! Yeah, one man show. Red shirt plus red hair, doubly doomed. Yeah. There's your art.
No. They're like bizarro people.
I know. Smoke monster. They're on the island, I think.
This is the Cheech and Chong monster. Oh boy.
Yeah, I guess he didn't want to fire at his shipmates, so he just let him die.
Yeah.
I guess.
I don't know what officially like disruptor setting B is for phasers. I don't think something that's ever come up again. It's just like use some weird phaser setting. We'll make it up.
Nice shot.
Art Wallace.
Man, he really wants to rendezvous with the Yorktown.
He really does.
He must have a bitch on that ship.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
yeah. He's got some booty.
Well, that's pretty irresponsible. Guess who was on the Farragut 11 years ago?
They're all talking in these creepy voices.
I know.
It's like they're in over drama mode.
I love how there's like a anal probe coming out of the wall.
Yeah, I know.
Why didn't you fire, asshole?
Yeah.
Did you fart? Did you fart? Do you have experience being smothered in honey? And you certainly planted a suggestion.
Yeah.
Yeah, like one man show said, leading the witness.
Mm-hmm. No programmable matter, god damn it.
Yes, it's internet, guys.
Yeah.
Man, he's a little close there.
Yeah.
He didn't make it.
It's in red. Disruptor setting 2.
Yeah, I don't.
Klingons use disruptors. Come on, James.
Yeah. Yes, good idea. Everybody split up a little bit and look all in the same direction.
Yeah.
Oop, there we go.
Dun,
Fire,
dun, dun, dun. That's a different phaser effect.
Yeah.
That's setting 2.
Yeah.
I shot him, Captain.
Especially if it's taking lives on another planet.
So you froze.
Yep. So you missed. You're fired. Get out. You're fired.
Your antagonizer, please.
Yeah.
Ooh, he's confining him to quarters.
Fucking fired him.
Asshole.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Dang. If this was Next Generation, he'd be quoting Moby Dick.
I was going to say, yeah. Captain Ahab's got to get his whale.
Yep.
The line must be drawn here. No further.
This far, no farther.
See McCoy had on the
And I will
engineering
make them pay for
badge
what
there.
they've done.
Not the sciences one. That was a dramatic fall into the bed.
Is he crying now?
God. He's really wanting to go there.
Something else is needed desperately, Captain.
Why is he so concerned about it?
Yeah, he really is.
He's getting irrationally grumpy here.
He's on his period.
Didn't you live with Mikey? You grew up with her.
Oh.
Here's your homework. This is much simpler than me just telling you.
What's up with these lavender walls in this episode?
I don't know.
I know. Yeah.
Never been that way before.
Lecture time. Why would he know that, Apollo? You're relieved. Found it.
Oh shit.
What?
Cheech and Chong open the garage door. Or they roll the windows down.
Whoa, they're
right?
moving fast.
Yeah, they're moving really fast.
I like how he looked back at him. Scotty's face is killing me.
Oh, that's big.
Damn.
It grew.
What?
pretty much one, man.
Yeah. Exactly.
She likes delivering food.
Yeah.
Highly inappropriate.
Yeah.
Do not refuse her meals. Jesus Christ, people!
No.
Don't you learn?
Yeah,
gets
she's
pissy.
in the kitchen long enough. She's like, now where's Spock?
Yeah. I'm gonna go bone Spock now.
Yeah. Or at least try today.
I wonder if that'll come into play later.
I wonder. Yeah, photon torpedoes, please.
It's a
Look, they do
donut.
nothing.
It's like you're blowing rings.
Yeah, I know.
Ooh.
Yep. I fucking told you. That's what he said.
Duh. That sounds
Do
like
it.
a good idea.
Yeah, it sounds
no
like
shit.
brilliance. Not a good idea.
Now it is.
Yeah.
Those walls, man, I'm telling you. Mm-hmm. That's so weird. Irish whip.
Uh-oh.
What are you doing, Spock?
I know what he's doing.
He's trying to mind meld with it.
Yeah, he is.
But yeah, the radioactive waste part is a kind of a problem.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. What the hell?
What the fuck is that? Yeah, I would imagine. Copper doesn't taste very good.
Oh, nice, subhuman. That'd be great.
Good pep talk, Jim.
It's going to Theta 7.
A hunch.
He's awful confident now.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Wow.
For Daddy.
Nice shot. Looks like one of those Gungan bombs.
Misa gonna fuck you up.
Kind of does, yeah.
It's a boom. It's a bomb pad. Bomb pad bomb.
Yummy blood.
Oops, it showed up too quickly.
Sparklers. It's like Jaws music, dude.
Yeah, no shit.
Ahead of time.
Yeah. Pieces of her are missing when they come back through. Oh, shit. There ain't nothing left of him now.
I love that line.
They both puke.
I guess he's not on report anymore.
Yeah.
Guess not. Does that planet have a butthole on it?
Say what?
Does that planet have a butthole?
It does not from the antimatter explosion.
Yeah.
I think they definitely scaled back how explosive antimatter is later on, because
Yeah.
obviously they've shown ships explode from it, and it
Yeah.
wasn't quite that.
Dramatic. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, especially considering that
Jesus.
how much antimatter they're carrying on board.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got the next episode loaded already.
No, but that was. I thought it was a good character episode. Lots of interaction. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little over dramatic at first, but then it kind of evened itself out a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, that scene when McCoy goes to his quarters kind of reminded me of Wrath of Khan. You know, when he goes to his house in San Francisco.
Excuse me.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, like, damn it, Jim, other people have birthdays. Why are we treating yours like a funeral?
Yep. Yeah, this, I mean, honestly, up till now, like, you know, you can tell they're friends and stuff, but this one, like, really, all of them are friends. This one really showed it, though. I barely remember this episode other than, you know, there was a smoke monster, so.
Yeah, well, I mean, you saw McCoy and Spock kind of working together to,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good character episode. Definitely the Moby Dick theme in that one for sure.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely.
And I think it's safe to say that Mr. Roddenberry was stooping the nurse at this point, based on how many lines she got in this episode.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean,
I like her character. I like Nurse Chapel's character anyway. So
yeah.
fine by me. And I like the fact that she's the voice of the Enterprise D and the Waxana Troy.
And on this computer, too, so.
Yes.
Yep. Walks on a Troy. Yeah.
Although it should have been better if they kept it the sexy computer from that one episode. Yes, Captain. Yes, dear.
There went
Yeah,
the
it
lighter.
was a good episode.
Yeah.
Yeah,
enjoyed it.
I mean, it was very much like I could definitely see how it would be if it was a TNG episode. You know, the whole because it was a Moby Dick story, right? You know, the whole Captain Ahab's got to get his whale thing.
Yeah.
You definitely feel like, you know, if you've seen First Contact, the movie First Contact, you're like, very similar.
Yeah.
You know, obviously this one came first, so it's the other one that copied, but it's
Right.
both referring back to the same source material.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I can even see, like, Beverly being the one, you know, talking to Picard like McCoy was, so.
Oh, definitely.
So.
And the next, I'm trying to think what the next episode is called. It's Wolf in the Fold.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, really different kind of episode, so.
Okay.
It's good to have some variety, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we're out of God of the Week territory, so that's good.
Yeah.
Yes. That is always good.
God of the week, I like that.
Yeah, I know.
There were so many of those.
I know.
Yeah, it was
Really.
it was a lot.
Or
Like, I
talk
didn't,
computers
even
to
remember
death.
how many. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say that too. All the computers are dead. He talked them to death. Yeah. Oh well, it's funny. It's funny. Greg, you want to wait? You mean wait for you to get back inside before we start?
You can go ahead.
Oh, you go ahead? Okay. All right, cool.
Yeah, go ahead.
Alrighty. Time for...
I can hear it. So.
Okay, cool. Wolf in the Fold.
Oh, the music, yes.
Oh, I love this. That same music from the pilot.
Yeah.
When the Orion girl was dancing.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. This is sexy time music.
Yeah, Blake says Wolf in the Fold. Filoni probably loves this episode.
I'm sure Furhy loves it.
Yes.
Ew.
That's his pronoun, remember?
Yes.
Ugh, where's her organs?
It's like Risa.
Basically. It's so disturbing.
I've already paid
know,
for
right?
it, Scotty.
Yeah.
Scotty, you got your table dance.
Uh-oh, homeboy's eyeing.
Uh-oh.
Man, you couldn't get a bigger smile on your face than that.
No kidding.
I know.
Uh-oh.
Enjoy yourself.
Just take it, don't take it.
Yeah, don't worry about Scotty. I already paid her.
Yeah.
Man, what a great conversation. This is like Risa, man, I'm telling you. Mm-hmm. It's like a ricin colony or something. Jeez.
Or that one planet where Wesley Crusher.
Yeah, the
kisses
gold,
flowers,
yeah, the silver people, yeah.
where they run everywhere. Yep. that episode's so bad.
That first season, man. This is badass. It's the smoke creature again.
She's missing half her organs, Jim.
I guess he's still pissed at
That's
women.
not what you're supposed to poke her with, Scotty.
Frontier.
This will be kind of a murder mystery episode then.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but that last episode, and even this one, it's like, you know, if you're kind of up late at night and it's in syndication, it's like one you can just chill out and watch, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Before you go to bed or something. And I probably did many times.
Oh yeah, me too. It was always on late night syndication.
Therapeutic.
Oh yeah, yeah, this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna do it my way, you creepy little fuck. Lots of phallic symbols in that room.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll take her.
God, Scotty, control yourself.
Damn.
Gross.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, lead with that.
Oh.
Lead with that.
Huh.
You couldn't? What do you mean you couldn't?
Yeah. Man, that guy's a creepy fuck.
Yeah, he is. What's up, Dr. Coffinails? We're watching Star Trek, man. Uh-oh.
Justin Proper asked the same question last week.
Oh, yeah, he did. He came in and was like, what are you guys doing?
We're meditating.
Walking on certain points, it's a little like,
I know.
what is going on?
What are they going to have, a seance here?
Yes, correct.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed. Yes, good Trek. Yes. Yes. The link's in the pinned comment if you want to join to watch along. If you got Prime Video, Dr. Coffinails, I just dropped it again. We're not too far in, well, about 20 minutes in the episode, about 30 minutes left.
Yeah. When I snap my fingers, you will be a chicken.
You will quit smoking. Now you've paid $200. Nice.
Oh. A misogynist.
Uh-oh. It's Movie Bob. What's she going on about? Oh no, he stabbed her.
Scotty, for fuck's sake, sit
Calm
on your
down.
hands.
Yeah, he
I didn't do it, Captain.
I really didn't. Even though it's like right here in my head and
I
Phaser
cannot
blood and shit.
understand.
handcuff the fucker.
Wow.
That's my kind of law.
Slow torture. Torture. That's not good.
What? Little creepy fuck.
Yeah.
Ask him those, yeah.
I remember that line. Yeah.
Just act him
Oh
direct.
shit.
Save some time.
No kidding.
There you go. There you go. Done.
That's a little squirmy shit in the corner.
Yeah, no shit.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
Yep. From hell.
Run the other names.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You are a slimy little fuck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But is he a red herring?
Uh-huh.
No pun intended. Sit down. Yeah.
Sit down, you little shit.
Misogynist.
Sexist.
Would you like to know more?
Yeah. Starship Troopers.
What?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Hungry like the wolf.
Uh-huh.
Damn, she's dope.
Mm-hmm. Bro.
Gosh. Didn't know it was going to be him. Oh! Single leg drop kick.
Mm-hmm.
Took him out with
One
the right
punch
hand.
knockout.
Right hook. No, he's not.
Captain Kirk.
It's a ghost.
It's one hell of a punch, Kirky.
Mm-hmm.
Reject.
Stab his body. See what happens.
Lazarus is back.
Yeah.
Be happy.
Everybody dance around, be happy.
Get that thing out of the computer. Is Lando here? Fake Lando. Huh.
Damn. Mm-hmm. Put Baby Yoda in there. He can fix it.
Yeah.
Spock, I need you to take the blue one.
Yeah. And put it where you took out the red one.
Gosh.
Wow. She was attractive.
Jeez.
I like this guy. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
That's some quick acting stuff.
Uh-huh.
I want some.
Oh my. Wow. How did we not know?
Did he
I like
just
Stone
inject the
Soup.
gay into him?
Yeah. Yeah, I can tell my computer to do that, and it won't use 100% of the CPU.
Jeez.
They're all going to be fucking later. Side effect is it makes them really horny.
Well, that girl on the bridge, I don't blame him.
McCoy.
Huh.
Nice. Uh-oh.
Oh, that's crazy. Oh!
Nice.
On-ringer takeover. This keeps up, I might have to do the Gordon Soley voice.
Die, die, everybody die.
Put him out the airlock.
Yeah, please. Oh, that's basically what they're doing.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's
Yep.
great.
Space him.
Bye-bye.
So they're transporting him into non-existence, basically.
Jeez. No. And a bunch of women died.
I know.
He has a better luck with Sulu.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I want some of that shit.
What?
I want some of that shit.
I know, right?
It's fucking happy juice that wears out.
Can you give me
5
another
hours.
shot, Captain? You
I'll
know what I
take
mean by
6.
shot.
I'll take 6 of those. Oh, my.
Yeah, Groovy Sulu is scary.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. That was an interesting episode.
Mhm.
I like what Babylon 5 did with Jack the Ripper more than Star Trek. So,
I can't compare the two. I haven't seen it.
it was awesome. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, I like the first one more tonight.
Yeah. The thing was, like that guy was just so obviously guilty. Maybe because I've seen it before, though. But like, you know,
Yeah.
like, could they have picked a more Weasley guy?
Oh, I know. Perfect choice for that, by the way. Perfect choice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Captain, and you know, like,
Yeah, that was bad.
Dr. Huffenell said it's John Fiedler. That was the guy who played the... Yeah.
Mhm.
He said he had nothing good to say about working with Shatner.
well, yeah, Shatner tossed him around like a rag doll.
Yeah.
Well, that arm wringer takeover was amazing.
Yeah, it was. It really was. Shatner School of Fighting.
Well, I mean, you're just like-
takeover by the captain of the USS Enterprise.
Then he just like throws him on his shoulder and like walks him down to the transporter like he's just a little bitch.
They just beamed him out in there. That was cray. I'm trying to see what the next two are.
Oh yeah, I was actually looking right now.
Trouble with Tribbles and
Ah.
Game Masters of Triskill.
Game Masters.
Gamesters
Gangsters
of
of
Triskill.
Triskill? Oh,
Yeah.
what? Just two.
No, I don't care what anyone says. Tribbles is great. It's a good episode.
Yeah, it's alright.
Klingons. Yep.
Yeah, John. I can't. It's the same guy that played Trelane. So
He's in
Oh,
there.
yeah,
He's
it
in that
is.
thumbnail, isn't it? Yeah.
can't think of his name.
Trouble with Tribbles.
And then he comes back in Deep Space Nine.
Does he?
Actually, all three of the Klingon captains come back in Deep Space Nine. So,
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Which I guess is kind of cool, to bring back the original actors. So,
Blake said with the Trouble with Tribbles that you've heard a lot of things about the episode. Robert Meyer Burnett talks about it so much he feels like he's already seen it.
yeah, I bet he talks about it.
Well, I mean, it's like a classic episode.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard about it. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. I mean, it is. It's funny, but it's good. That's what I'll say.
Cool. Well,
Yeah,
I'm-
I don't
I'm
think
excited.
I'm not saying it's a bad episode. It's just
Yeah.
it's not in my favorites list.
You're saying
but-
it's a little overrated from your perspective.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Like I like it. It's fine. It's just not to me. It's not like ooh, that's my favorite episode.
Right.
Not really.
What about you like the Gamesters of Triskelion?
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah. It's familiar, but I don't know.
Okay.
If it's great. Like,
Okay.
I don't think it's great. Very familiar though.
Yeah, and then I guess next Sunday we'll be watching one of my favorites. So,
Which one? A piece of the action?
mm-hmm.
Okay. The gangster thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, so
I've heard-
great.
I've heard about that one before. Yeah.
Have they done that in Discovery, Craig? He's like,
No, they haven't done gangster stuff. I don't think. Not like at all.
I'm surprised, to be honest, that they haven't done
You gotta
it.
understand, like Discovery takes place like everything that they go to. It's like they love industrial settings, especially this last season, but like or this current
Really?
season. But yeah, they always seem to love like I think they're going for like modern steampunk look. I guess I don't know. They like it like takes place in like the world of the galaxy of like Fallout or something. I don't know. They like that setting, especially this season.
stupid.
And then the way they portrayed like Klingon locations were
Yeah.
ritualistic. Fire torches and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's the aesthetic they went for there. Like lots of caves. Like you'd think it would be like, okay, pretty soon we're gonna see Morpheus dancing with everybody in Zion. Kind of
Oh my
shit.
god.
Yeah, what they did to the Klingons is unforgivable. I mean,
Well, it's really forgivable considering like how much they put into the Klingon lore with the character of Worf.
yep. Mm-hmm.
Through TNG and then DS9 obviously as well. When you
Yeah.
join that cast, they really fleshed out what the Klingons were about, and like this is their like especially like if you watch Doomcock's videos, it's like I don't know how these people ever got to space.
Yeah.
Like, based on their culture and the way they behave, like, I don't, like, I can't.
It's like someone gave them the technology or something.
But even then, they're like,
I'm not saying that's good, but
they're like on the Pac-Led level, almost, you know?
yeah.
Like, they're so ritualistic and animalistic. Like, I just don't believe that they could be spacefaring. Like, who's the Klingon that invented warp drive? I just can't imagine it.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So that's a big problem, because they really went for basically space orcs.
That's what I've heard.
What?
That's what I've seen. I've seen some clips and stuff, and I'm like,
Are
nope.
you really?
Yeah, they're space orcs. You know, that's what Doomcock
Man,
calls them,
the
Kling
fuck?
orcs.
They
really
don't
are
look
orcish
anything
behavior.
like them.
They don't look. It's not even just the look. It's their behaviors, and again, they're orcs. Like, if you look at Kurtzman Trek as a whole, they are fascinated with, like, they're going for Lord of the Rings in space almost. So like, they've turned the
Makes no sense
Romulans
to
into
me.
elves. They've turned the Klingons into orcs.
Yeah.
That's Kurtzman Trek.
That's stupid.
So stupid.
Well, it is, because it's so transparent. Like, especially, like, you look at Picard and what they did with Romulans there. It's like, holy fuck. They're not. They don't even look Romulan. They don't act. They're fucking. It's legalist. The one guy that pals around with Picard, who's from the Romulan warrior nun tribe.
It has a weird name too.
Yeah, I don't even remember his fucking name.
What the
He's
fuck?
like, he's a warrior monk sissy boy, and he really is. And he always fights with his fucking sword. It's like,
Get
it's
a
the 24th
gun.
century, man. It's like,
I was getting ready
the
to say,
sword is
yeah,
of
that's
zero
weird.
value. Like, use a fucking, like, nobody fights with a sword now unless they're reenacting something from the past. Like,
Correct. Yeah.
like, we're not equipping any of our military with swords unless it's decorative for their dress uniforms, like,
Yeah.
you know, the Marines and shit with their swords.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
nobody's
That's
going to
decorative, you're
war
right,
and
yeah.
sword fighting. Like, you could go, like, I guarantee at no point in Iraq or Afghanistan did anybody kick down a door in a village
Nobody
and,
had
like,
a sword.
march in with a fucking sword and being like, on guard.
They're like, oh shit.
Well, I know they.
And then they shoot him. Yeah.
I know they used like hatchets a few times, like when their guns jam. But that's like because you have to, you know.
Yes, pretty much.
So
Right.
not
that's-
not hatchets, those tomahawks that you. Can
I know
get.
what you mean. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
No, but
I know
like,
what you're
this
going
guy's
for, yeah.
like, I'm going to go to battle. I'm pulling my sword out. It's like,
Yeah.
face of the fucker.
What the
Speaking
fuck
of
is-
which, I
I
almost
don't get that.
I almost bought this sword at a resale shop. It was only $40, and it was like a cavalry sword. And I'm like, oh, it's got to be fake. And I kind of slid it out of the scabbard. That motherfucker was sharp.
Really?
But I went back the next time and it was gone. I should have bought it. Put it back up here or something, you know. That would have been badass.
Well, and another defining characteristic is just the sheer amount of murder that absolutely takes place in this universe. Picard and Discovery, like,
Murder?
nobody stuns anybody ever. In fact, like, if you watched Kurtzman Trek, you wouldn't know that there's a stun setting for phasers at all. Everybody gets, like, fucking blown up, annihilated, or dissolved, or, like, you know, exploded and shit. Except for our heroes. They get, like, flesh wounds, but everybody else is just, like, fucking instantly, like, vaporized or you know, disassembled in, you know, horrific
That's
fashion.
ridiculous.
Well, it is, because it's like, you guys are supposed to be like Federation, right? Like, I get that you're trying to escape the planet, but like, you're using a ship in like this last episode where they're ripping off basically Running Man and the Rutger Hauer movie where they're in a prison with the necklaces that explode. Remember
Oh,
that movie.
Doomcock was talking about that.
can't
too.
think of what it's called, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he mentioned Running Man, but to me, it's that Rutger Hauer movie because they literally have exploding necklaces, and it's not a necklace; it's just like a little implant in the back of their neck, but basically the same thing. Like they're trying, but they're literally just. She comes in with the ship, the Transformer ship, and it's just like wasting these people like left and right, just like slaughtering them.
Have you seen
they're
a
the
clip
bad
of it?
guys.
Like that makes no fucking sense. Like,
They're the bad guys, but like really, like the amount of death in modern Star Trek is off the fucking scales. Like,
Well, they're trying to be edgy.
weird.
And all
Yeah,
that
I
stupid
guess.
shit.
I guess. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah. I mean, nobody lives. They're all fucking killed.
They all
like,
dead.
all the time.
that's
And it stands out because that's like Gene Roddenberry thought Wrath of Khan was overly violent, right?
Yeah, he did.
Imagine what he'd like.
dude,
Picard
he'd
be like,
fucking flip, man.
Well, everyone saw Battlestar Galactica, and they're like,
Wedlock,
we have
yes,
to be
that's it.
that. You know, we have to be that.
yeah. It is Wedlock is the name of the Rutger Hauer movie. Thank you, Blake.
There you
Oh,
go. Yeah.
shit. Okay, that's it. Yeah.
I saw that like on a top 20 list of sci-fi movies you've never heard of, but you should. So
Yeah, it's interesting. Basically, he's in prison, and yeah, they're fitted with these necklaces that if you like go beyond the perimeter, it like blows your head off.
yeah,
I know which one. I know the one. you're talking
Same
about.
shit in this one. In fact, in this episode, one of the prisoners decides that like he steals water, right? And these prisoners are basically their indentured servants and they're slave labor basically. And he steals water, and so the generic green not Hulk bad guy decides to like test the perimeter fence thing by sending him out through it. He's shooting at his feet, basically making him run for it, and then when he hits the perimeter, his head blows off. And yeah, basically, it's like so derivative, but it's like okay, you're running a slave labor operation. One of your slaves steals water, like, and you catch him red-handed. And what you do is you call it out, so basically now everybody knows that this person stealed, instead of just dealing with him quietly, which is what you would do. And then, yeah, you'd give him a good whooping to make sure that he understood that, like, that's not going to be tolerated and shit, but, like, you don't kill your lady. It was such a mustache-twirling, evil, bad guy, generic move, but it was really just so they could have a scene where this guy runs and his head blows off.
yeah.
Because that looks cool. You know, just like the ship transforming has no practical.
Have you seen the
purposes, just
clip
like
of
the
it, Jeff?
nacelles.
No.
I couldn't believe it was Star Trek when I saw it, and then I looked again, and I'm like, no, this really is Star Trek. It's so dumb looking.
Which clip?
But I know
Transforming?
the transforming. But Stieg is the one who, like on Christie's movie show back in one of their '80s years, he had Wedlock on his list, I believe.
Okay.
So,
Oh, really?
that's another
Really?
place I've seen it. Yeah, he
Nice.
likes a lot of weird movies,
Yeah.
like that cyborg, whatever movie that he tells everyone to watch. I guess I gotta watch it. Cyborg.
Which one?
It's this really long title. It's like Cyborg something something something. It's like 5 words in the title. I'll have to find out what it was. But anyway, yeah, it doesn't look or sound like Star Trek at all. But Greg loves talking about it. I think that's a good thing
Well, I mean,
because
it's frustrating, but like it's something like I feel like I need to like keep tabs on. You know,
Yeah.
like I care about Star Trek and I want it to be better, but like, and this stuff is terrible. And yeah, the question always comes up. You see it in Twitter threads, like, if you guys hate it so much, why are you watching it? It's like because I need to be familiar with it. Because when I talk about like what I want to see, like this is examples of stuff I don't want to see out of Star Trek. Like
that's why I
how do you
watch The
make it better?
Mandalorian.
Yeah, you need to have a frame of reference, and without having that frame of reference and understanding and seeing it for myself, I feel like I can't judge it properly. Because the same people that say, if you don't like it, why do you watch it? Are the very same people who would say, like, how can you say you don't like it if you don't watch it? Mm-hmm. I know, so, like, you can't...
That's
win if
exactly.
you
Yeah.
criticize
Either
it.
way, yeah, you lose. Yeah. That's how it is.
And, you know, so, like, okay, I will watch it then, and, you know, I'll tell you what I think about it.
Trying to see if I can find a clip of that.
Oh, well, the
The
transform,
Transforming, yeah.
the transformer thing.
Yeah,
Probably
here we
find
go.
it on Twitter more easily.
I got it.
What the fuck was that?
That's a Star Trek ship. That's book ship. Now I made that clip and put the sound effect.
You put the
from-
Transformer
you?
sound
Okay.
effects in it.
Transformer soundtrack in
Yeah.
it, so that's not the sound effect in the show. But
No, it wouldn't fucking surprise me, to be honest, though, if that's what they did.
it was kind of a little bit similar. Like it screamed, it screamed Transformers as soon as I saw it. I was
That's
like, "What the
retarded.
fuck is
That's
that?"
retarded.
Fucking retarded.
Like, and you see how like much it transformed and how many pieces moved, and basically all it did was turn the ship 180 around. Right? It didn't really serve any other function. It just literally just turned the ship around and be like, is that really a great move to do, or would it have been better just to literally pilot the ship around and have it fire? Like,
It was like eye candy, but it's
That's all it
It's
is.
not
it's
even eye candy.
mindless.
That's all
it's
it
so
is.
fucking mindless that it takes me out of the show instead of like, I'm not looking at that going, well, that was cool looking. I'm going, that's a stupid thing. Like that's functionally stupid. Like no, why would
Yeah.
you want a ship that could do that?
right.
How would you design the interior of a ship that could do that? Like, because whatever configuration it transforms to, like all the hallways still have to line up. Otherwise, there's a bunch of dead
Yep.
ends, or you get trapped in a part of the ship because there's no way to exit that section that transformed. Like,
That's fucked.
there's just it serves no function.
No.
Like, why would you design? Now, remember, this is a world that has no warp drive. Basically, I mean, it does, but it's super limited because dilithium is so scarce. But rather than try and develop some other way to generate enough energy to run warp coils, that's what they focus on. That's the tech that they choose to go after.
I
and
wanna-
try
I
and
wanna-
develop.
That's stupid.
I want to do this. I want to like have a parody of Discovery, and the funnest part of it would be coming up with like just asinine technological advances. Like, even worse than that. That would be so fun. Like, come up with this functionality that makes no sense.
That's
Well,
ridiculous.
their councils make the programmable matter councils make absolutely no sense. Again, in that same Twitter thread,
Yeah, I
I
saw
poke
that
fun
too.
of that. I mean, there's like, what purpose does this serve? Like, how does this make it easier to control? Like,
Yeah.
it's something that looks futuristic and science fiction-y, but again, has no value. It doesn't.
Right.
Nobody would use it. Nobody
Yeah.
would do that. Like,
Yeah.
I can share that clip or image, I guess.
You pull them
Yeah.
up. Okay.
What did you call it? Like
what is
magic
that?
sand or something like that?
I call it
What
magic
it-
moon sand.
moon
Wait.
sand. Yeah.
Magic moon sand. That's how she's supposed to operate her council now. Is this like goo shit like comes out of it to meet her hands? Could you imagine that being like your keyboard to type on? Like, I need to type, "Whoa, what just happened?"
With
and
sand.
I just place my hands over my keyboard, and goo comes up, and then what? How would that work?
It wouldn't.
Like, explain to me like why this would be an efficient design. Now, these are all the upgrades, because remember, the Discovery in this point in time is 1,000-year-old ship, right?
Yeah.
Because they went 900 some years into the future. They're essentially like, this is in the time period they're in. This ship is 1,000-year-old technology,
Ridiculous.
and in 3 weeks, because they state this in the episode, they retrofitted this ship to have these modern display consoles. But they didn't reverse engineer the spore drive at all.
Jeez.
The one thing that would counteract
The
the
lack of
entire
dilithium,
whole missing dilithium thing and allow the Federation to like function again, they didn't reverse engineer at all. Meanwhile, the non-binary chick like upgrades the fucking drive in that same time span of 3 weeks. So it's easier for Stamets, the gay engineer, to and really like that's how you have to describe him because he really doesn't have any other.
There's no personality traits besides that.
That's his character. He's engineer gay.
And isn't there a new protected class, someone who has an imaginary friend?
Yes, that's a Dira. That's the person who's like, she's a genius. She's able to look at the spore drive, something that has never existed and has not existed for 1,000 years, and she's able to upgrade it so it works better. It interfaces easier with Stamets, who is the one that steers it, the spore drive essentially. And she is a Trill. She's not a Trill. She's a human whose boyfriend was a Trill. And the boyfriend died, and the host that was in the boyfriend needed to be like transferred right away, so she took it and is able, even though she's human, to have this Trill host inside her. And now she's, instead of absorbing the memories of the Trill host, she absorbs the memories of her old hosts, but then also sees an imaginary version of her ex-boyfriend or her dead boyfriend.
Jeez.
She literally has an imaginary boyfriend. And what's really fucking confusing is Adira is the non-binary actress that plays this Adira, but Adira's a girl, and the transgender who's Adira's boyfriend is the boyfriend. So like they cast the non-binary and the trans as hetero. Because you see people do these reviews and they're like, what are we supposed to call her? Because they made such a huge deal out of like the fact that they cast these people, but like now everybody on the show calls her a her, or the non-binary person, the they them are her. So the they them is playing a her, and the transgender person is playing a him.
Oh, okay.
It's a cluster, like it like trying to wrap your head around like really what the fuck am I supposed to call you? Like really, like you're it's the imaginary boyfriend who is like super gay, but not gay because he's into he's into Adira, which is a they, but is playing a girl. Oh. Fuck if I know. It's like fucking Christ.
That's what the show's about now. That's what the franchise is about now. So
that's Star Trek. Yeah. That is Star Trek. It's not going to be the next episode, Lord Vader. It's going to be 2 episodes. The next episode, Tim, did you hear the title of the next episode?
No.
Unification Part 3.
You're lying to me. But
that
there it is right
title.
there. Doctor Who and Star Trek crossover.
Yeah, that's down the line. I believe the next episode is Reunification Part 3. And if you're familiar with The Next Generation, there was a 2-parter called Unification Part 1 and Unification Part 2.
Don't tell
Jeff. It involved Spock.
Don't tell Jeff.
Well, and it was Leonard Nimoy playing Spock in those episodes. Now they're going to do a Part 3 somehow in Discovery like 900 years later. I don't know.
They need to undo what they already did, because I thought it was pretty excellent, you know?
Yeah, just the insult, how insulting to call this like Reunification Part 3.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would be pissed if they called anything like, Best of Both Worlds Part 3. Like what?
Yeah.
That episode had that 2-parter had a beginning and an end. There's no 3.
They'll have the Outer Light coming up. They'll have
if they touch that,
all bad things.
All bad things. Yes, I love that episode too. That best finale in Star Trek.
It was
all
good.
Bad things. Yeah, they're gonna be fucking with the Guardian of Forever. Right?
But is it true that Harlan Ellison owns or whoever the hell wrote it? Was it David Gerald? Whoever. It was Harlan Ellison, right? That's
Who
not the
wrote-
one I have. I have City of Edge.
Who wrote City on the Edge?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it was
I
Harlan
think so.
Ellison. I think he owns the copyright to that, so they're going to have to call it like the Protector of Forever or something like that.
Yeah, something to that effect. Like
Protector
the
of
information is-
Time or something. Yeah.
The information is vague, but basically, yeah.
Jesus.
What
Yeah.
a shite show.
Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
Absolutely.
information that's out on Twitter. It's not like I have some, super inside source or anything.
Right.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
follow RMB on Twitter. Definitely don't agree with the man as far as politics go,
Yeah. Ditto.
but his analysis of a lot of Star Trek is pretty spot on.
Yeah.
Yep.
And,
Yeah, he's got a lot of
Star-
knowledge,
and
too.
And Star Wars as well. I
Yeah.
certainly don't agree with him on everything that he says. But like he gets Star Trek. Like the core of what it is, or what it should be.
Mm-hmm.
Lord Vader, the only way to cure Star Trek, you have to get rid of anything. You got to get it out of Secret Hideout. You got to get it away from Alex Kurtzman.
Yeah, Kirk.
You
get
got
the
to
fuck Kirk out
decanonize
of
or
here.
just throw away Discovery and Picard, and just, if you're going to do Star Trek, just do another show that's 15 years from where Voyager left off. New ship, new mission, go.
Yeah.
It's really not that hard of a formula. Like you just need a new ship and a new crew, and it doesn't have to be Enterprise, although that would be cool. It was like the next Enterprise, and it's obviously Riker's gone on to the Titan, and Picard retired, and now here's new Enterprise, new crew, go.
Yep.
It really, and then do it episodic. Don't do these fucking like one story arc seasons thing that doesn't work in Star Trek. It just doesn't, because you get this mindless filler garbage writing when you do Star Trek in a serial way. It just it's bad.
Yeah.
Like none of these
Sucks.
episodes we're watching TOS to just bring it back to where we are, what we're watching today. Like these episodes don't really depend on each other at all. They depend on each other only in the sense that the character progression and their relationships with each other progress.
Yeah.
But the episodes can happen in almost any particular order. You can skip 4 episodes and jump right back in for the most part. And for the most part, most Star Trek shows have been that way. DS9 got a little bit of a way with it in the later seasons with the Dominion War stuff, where you kind of did need to follow along, but they wouldn't go like, here's 1, 2, 3, 4 episodes, boom, 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 here's the Dominion War. It'd be 1, 2
Yeah.
of Dominion War, then a couple regular episodic things. It was more like it was a bit more like X-Files. If you remember X-Files, how that run where they had the one big story, as convoluted as that was by the end of it. But then they'd have some episodes focused on that, and then they would have some standalones that wouldn't focus on that, but were still good episodes. They didn't feel like filler because you still got character development. And they were still good stories. Like you could do filler in a good way where
Yep.
it doesn't feel like filler.
Yeah.
So correct me if I'm wrong, Tim. Is that accurate with DS9?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but even a lot of the ones that were, interconnected, it's like they had self-contained stories with the exception of a few. So
Yeah, they weren't directly like each episode. Like when you watched most Star Trek in the past, you didn't have to have the 4-minute blurb at the beginning of the episode that was previously on Star Trek Discovery.
Right.
Previously on Star Trek Picard.
Yep.
You didn't have to have that. Like in this last Mandalorian episode, like we had to go back to previously in the first episode of the last season.
Yeah.
They were showing
the
scenes
whole
just
show,
to remind you of the Blue Man guy.
Yep.
Like I saw that and I'm like, did I click the right thing? And like I'm back
No.
to season. am I in episode 2? Or chapter 2? And like, oh no, this is the right chapter. Like, why are they going back all the way there? Oh,
Yeah.
it's because they're bringing in this character again. That felt really unnecessary. But generally, like, you didn't have to have that in most Star Trek episodes where it was like previously. And it was good. Because if you had a stinker of a story, you could just move on to the next. Didn't hurt anything. It was just, okay, that one didn't work so well, on to the next stuff.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. That works. Yeah. But I think we're going to wrap it up for this evening.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's been fun. Thank you guys for being here again. Thank you all in the
thank you.
chat for being here and watching along with us as well. And I'm looking forward to the next one. We'll be back Tuesday. Tomorrow night, don't forget, we have our trivia stream tomorrow night at 10 o'clock Central Time. Any previews yet of categories, Greg?
You will not know till tomorrow.
Now we got to give our
I'm
Sunday
cool with
night
that.
Trek people the incentive,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
That requires me actually getting any of the questions.
Oh, you're fine. Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
are any of them going to be Star Wars?
No.
Damn.
No.
There will be no Star Wars. I know why you want them, Mr. I won the trivia last night on the Raging Geek Jedi show.
Oh, he's just excited for
Because I want to win.
trivia, man. He's excited for that.
Yeah.
And then, I did get, I'm working through a couple submissions that people sent me.
Oh, okay, cool.
I got another one from Timon.
Nice.
His
Nice
was...
job, Timon.
I gotta remember what it was.
Yeah, thank you, John. I appreciate you being here, man.
Well, this one, I looked at the questions. I'm like, ooh, these ones might be too tough. It's
What?
food in movies, which is a great idea for a category. I was just like, ooh, some of these.
It's okay to have a tough one every now and then.
I
To
like
bring,
new, interesting...
to bring people down like Blake and rhetorical thrill. You got to throw them. Hey, you got to throw them curveballs sometimes because if they're winning
Yeah, I
that
guess.
much, it's like
Yeah.
Is
That'll
Tim
probably
wanting
be-
to knock them down a peg?
And Daniel sent me a lovely one about Australia.
Australia.
So that might be a bonus category. I'm not sure.
yeah.
Okay.
Because there's some definitely like it's not the kind of questions the tourism board of Australia would probably want out there to like promote their country and promote tourism. It's more of a
The dark side
it was
of
more
Australia.
like
The dark side of down
Australian
dark
YouTube
side of down
fandom
under.
menace adjacent trivia.
Ah.
I guess. Would be the way to describe it.
Okay.
It's funny though. I mean, like even his wrong answers were pretty funny. So
Nice.
that's all I can tell you. I can tell you that one of the categories is going to be the common actors and actresses one, like the one I started last week.
Okay.
Okay,
Like,
that works.
Here's four actors. Pick what's the movie.
Ooh, I like that one, man.
I did pretty good at that one.
So I think that one's going to probably be the replacement for taglines for a little while, and then we'll get back into taglines.
You need to do that, but like focus on a decade, like 1930s only.
No, I'm not going to do
Yeah, I know.
that.
Even Greg be
It'll
like,
be
no, fuck that. Why don't I do that?
100% guessing, Well, there's some movies from then that I'd probably be able to do, but not very many. So
Like, I'll do a whole category in like Charlie Chaplin fucking movies or some shit.
Yeah.
Sidney Poitier or something.
Right.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm looking forward to trivia tomorrow night. It's going to be fun. Always is. Always is. I love it. Excited to see who's going to be doing better than others tomorrow night. If we're going to have our same people in the lead, or we're going to have some lead changes tomorrow, or what's going to happen. I'm always excited to see what people are going to do.
Depends on the category. I haven't decided what TV category we're going to do, so
Okay.
that one usually like is really hit and miss with people.
something science fiction sounds good.
Well, last week was SG1 though, so
Yeah, that's true.
I did pretty good. I remembered
was
more than
last
I thought
week.
I would.
I'm just going through the suggestions here.
Flash Gordon.
No.
was that what that was was that a no with a
with an E.
E at the end. Yeah.
yeah, that was a no. That was a no.
Uh, Some good movie ones in here, but I'm not seeing a whole lot of TV trivia, so I might pull out another Friends or Office category. I'm not sure.
That'll work.
Or maybe Cheers was suggesting.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Seinfeld, Cheers, Office, and Friends are the long-running sitcoms that you
How I
can
Met
draw a
Your
lot
Mother,
of
though, as
trivia
well.
from.
That's another one. How I Met Your Mother as well.
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
Went for 9 seasons too. Yeah.
I can't believe it went 9. Good grief.
Yeah.
It did.
Family
go.
Ties went a lot of seasons too.
You gotta remember,
I think Family Ties went 7, maybe 6. I don't think
Let's
it was
look.
as long as.
I think it was like 8.
shows
Was
that
it
went
8?
for that many seasons back in the 80s. Like, how many episodes was Cheers? Like, it was
20 something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
full load.
Yeah. It was like because that's the way it used to be, and that's the way it should be. You know what I mean?
270 episodes of
Yes,
Cheers.
Lord Vader, it is, but that show is trash, so that's another reason we don't do that one. So,
Okay, Family Ties was 7. You're right. But
he's talking about Big Bang Theory. It's
But
trash.
at the time,
How I
like
Met Your
Family
Mother was
Ties
208.
had the most seasons for any sitcom, and then Cheers beat them a few years later. So I used to love Cheers.
I would say that depends on who you ask, John. I did not mind the ending to How I Met Your Mother. I know Greg's in the same boat as me, so
Yeah, I didn't think it was. I wasn't super crazy about it. I was hoping for a little bit more of a happier ending.
yeah.
Where Ted gets everything that he wants. In a way, he still did, but there was
It was
tragedy
foreshadowed.
involved
Yeah,
as well.
absolutely.
And I thought it was handled well. So that was not a season finale that upset me like greatly. I was a little disappointed with it, but
Yeah, it wasn't one of those where I was like, "Oh my god, I fucking hated it so much." Yeah, it wasn't like that.
like it didn't ruin the entire series for me. I mean, some people say that, but like I still
I
still
know some
liked
people
it.
say it.
I think that they cast the mother character very well in the final season.
I agree.
She was very likable. Seemed to be like a good fit for Ted. So like
Yeah.
it was fine. And they redid. They cut a different ending too, and like I like the original one better, but the other one isn't terrible.
I like the fact that she wore driving gloves.
Yes. Lord Vader says, Greg, what would it take you to watch all 12 seasons of Big Bang Theory? I will say $10 million.
Yeah.
12 years of Penny in my bedroom.
There you go.
Nice.
That show's so bad. So bad.
It's so insulting.
Oh my
It's-
god, it is insulting. Thank you very much.
That's what
It's
is.
super insulting. I fucking
It's
hate
what-
it so much. Normies think of geek culture.
It's what normies think of geek culture. It's what geek culture has kind of been like taken over and transformed into.
Yeah.
And some people say like it's like the jocks took over geek culture, and in a way they have. I don't
Yep.
know if it's necessarily jocks, but like, the cool kid, whatever.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I know what you're going for.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's
it
exactly
is.
what
It
I'm
is like, and it's just reference.
There's no jokes, it's just statements.
Well, it's not even that, but like the geeks. There are a couple episodes, like I think, like the episodes
it's the worst thing
that
in the
had
world.
Leonard
Sorry, Vader.
Nimoy, I liked, and maybe it's just because I like Leonard Nimoy, but like I liked
on that
the
show.
way that Sheldon kind of geeked out over Leonard Nimoy. That was endearing.
Can't
I mean,
believe
it
you on
had
that
some
show.
moments.
That's fucked.
But yeah, most of it, and Will Wheaton's on it, so I mean that automatically
You.
makes the show
You.
like instantly shit. Shut
Dude,
up,
I don't-
Wesley.
I've never even watched The Next Generation, and I fucking hate Will Wheaton. So,
Well,
but I mean, he's done a lot of he said a lot of stupid shit. So,
he's an insufferable. He's an insufferable prick.
yeah,
Like you watch him, like if you have CBS All Access, or I think it's on YouTube too. Where, like you can see like the Ready Room where he does like these Star Trek, like after Picard aired, he'd do like an
Amazing.
live stream or whatever.
Can't believe they gave him that.
And well, why not? They could pay him almost nothing, and who cares? Like nobody watches it. Like, like Gary and Doomcock like quadruple the views of a fucking behind the scenes like access show to the people that are involved with Star Trek. It's funny. I did see the entire first full season of The Big Bang Theory when it came out. Lord Vader. Like, I watched it when it first came out. You know, I heard it, and I'm like, ooh. Like,
dude, I was always insulted when I'd have people go, well, how come you don't like that show?
I know.
Oh, my God. That
Yeah,
always pissed
my
me
old
off.
boss, he would be like, well, I can't believe you don't watch this show. And I'm like, yeah, I've seen about 10 minutes of it, and that's all I needed to see.
Yep.
Plus, they say bad stuff about Babylon 5, so...
They do?
Yeah, all the time. Like, dude, if whatever idiot wrote that show doesn't know anything, because that show is where it's at. I mean...
it's geek culture knowledge from a meme level.
Yeah, it is.
That's
That's
all.
a,
It's
that's,
just
that's
we're familiar with the
perfect.
memes about these sci-fi properties, these comic properties, but we're not really
Beam me up,
into
Scotty.
any of the meat of any of
Yes.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's, yeah, they do the same thing with like Game of Thrones because it was popular, so they would talk about it, but you could tell that they didn't know what they were talking about. It would just be literal. I swear to God, the show was about statements, not jokes, and the audience would like laugh, and I'm like, "What are you laughing at?"
Yeah.
There's a guy on YouTube that did it. He cut out like from like 2 or 3 episodes where like all the jokes weren't jokes; they were just them saying things that were geek in geek culture. That's it. They were just saying.
I think it's
things.
one of those shows that where if you edit out the laugh track, like you won't laugh.
I know.
Yeah.
You're just gonna be like,
Besides How I Met Your Mother and maybe a couple other exceptions, that's also called CBS comedies. So
yeah. So I have weird taste when it comes to TV shows. I couldn't tell you what makes me like one versus another. But I can tell you I hate Dad is Dumb sitcoms. Like I
Oh,
couldn't
yeah.
stand Everyone Loves Raymond. Like it had
I
good
hated that
comedy
too.
in it, but the
Hated
whole Dad is Dumb and the wife is this pushy, always right kind of
yep,
bitchy
Yeah.
person.
yep.
Hate that shit.
Like I didn't like Home
Everybody
Improvement
loves
for the same
Cuthbert.
thing. It was Dad is Dumb.
Oh, I hated Home Improvement.
I wasn't a big. I wasn't a huge fan of Home Improvement, but I didn't hate it. It wasn't as bad as like Raymond.
It wasn't as bad as Raymond, but like I just hate the it's like we took the TV shows from the 50s and the 60s and like just like we need to do the 180 polar opposite of it. Like instead of every dad being a stand-up decent guy who works hard for a living and takes care of his family, he's got to be a lazy sloth who can't get anything right. And it's like
Yeah.
if it weren't for his wife constantly, like it's just lazy comedy to me. And I don't enjoy those kind of sitcoms.
Well,
at all.
you got that one guy, the fat guy, that the UPS guy show. I hate that.
Oh yeah, I didn't
Oh
like that show either.
shit!
I can't even think of
King
what
of
it's
Queens,
called.
King of Queens.
Yeah,
Queens,
big
yeah.
time
Kevin
cuck.
James.
Yep.
What other shows
yeah,
are like
so
that?
bad.
There's so many of them. Like
I know.
Yeah, it was
I know.
it was cookie cutter. It
Oh,
was,
and
it
then-
was like we need to
It was
cast this
cucky. It
big-
was Cucky Cutter.
yeah, cookie cutter.
Then there's the one where the guy, they live with like, not the parents, they live with like the brother and sister.
Oh yeah, that was.
There's like a dark-haired
Going back, I
girl
agree.
is the wife, and it's the same exact setup. I can't think of the name of that show, but same exact thing.
Yeah. That's exactly right. It's the same thing. It's,
King of Queens was not great.
No, it wasn't.
No. And the worst part is like I like Mr. Stiller, but like his character was literally like Costanza's dad, but now cast in a different show.
That's exactly what it was, and that's what they were fucking doing.
I'm like, it was like not even like close to difference. It's like you're playing like I was expecting Costanza. to show
Mander,
up.
yeah.
And like I like the guy, like he's not with us anymore, but like Like they could have done better with him. Like I didn't like. What was it? Lena Remney was the wife character in that show.
Yeah.
Yeah, every guy was just this fucking idiot.
Yeah.
I know. I don't get it.
But that was the staple of every single family sitcom show. Like you had your Friends and your Seinfelds and your How You Met Your Mothers, and then you had Dad is Dumb.
Yeah.
That was all your sitcoms.
I want to know what the other show is I'm trying to think of. I'm going to get pissed.
Describe it again.
Yeah.
So dark-haired wife and there's the dumbass husband, and they live with like his brother and sister, and they like sleep on the couch. And they're slobs, and then the brother and sister that own the house are like more high, upper class type people. I just can't think of the name of it. But it's the same thing. The guy's an idiot, and the wife is the one that wears the pants and stuff. It's probably from about 15 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Oh, what is it called? I don't
can't
know.
think of it.
But it's another example of Dad is Dumb. I'll find it later.
Oh yes, dear.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh,
Yep.
Jesus.
With the gay hairdresser from The Rock.
Yes. That's
one,
a CBS
yeah.
comedy. That's a
That
CBS
was
There you
comedy.
go.
That was
It's a fucking CBS
terrible,
comedy,
yep.
dude. It's so bad. It's so
Yeah, the
fucking bad.
guy was he was not only just as stupid, but he was like stupid redneck.
Yeah.
Like he was like they were like total trailer trash stereotype, right? Oh yeah, I remember that now. Okay.
It's a cousin from National Lampoons. Yeah.
Lord
Yeah, it was
Vader,
Cousin
Family
Eddie.
Guy is
Yeah, Eddie. Yeah.
It was Family Guy was better in the earlier seasons, for sure.
I don't like some of the bits are funny. I don't like Family Guy because it's a disjointed bunch of bits that don't come together. The jokes run like, and this is a Seth MacFarlane thing, and like as we're going through the Orville, Jeff,
Awkward
remember the
pauses.
Orville?
And,
Yep. Shut up.
The jokes would run way
Oh, I know.
yeah.
way too long.
Yes.
And they would like keep trying to call back to it, like that was gonna make the joke funnier, and it was like it flopped the first time through, and now you're like you're going for like a third and fourth, fifth dip on the same joke. It's like stop.
It's like Fred Savage's Mole in Austin Powers 3. It's like,
Yeah, that was better. That was
Shut
better
up.
than that.
Yeah. So some of the bits really worked. I mean, some of them were really fucking funny.
Yeah.
But a lot of them, it was just like there really is barely any through thread for the episode. It's just. It's just there. It's like a comic who's just riffing, who hasn't written any material and is just riffing on the stage. Sometimes it's good stuff, and other times it's just like, this is dumb. This is awful.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah.
Like sometimes it's gold. Sometimes it's just like, ugh.
yeah.
But it's a show that I think is like run too long. Like I think.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
dumb.
absolutely agree.
Like, stick
I
it
mean-
Oh,
out.
yeah, it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Simpsons as well.
In
as
fact,
well
my
as that
old
is.
comic ads, that shit, I saw ads for it in like, early 99 comics. So 20 plus years.
Well,
I mean-
Simpsons is the show that killed the Cosbys. I mean,
That's
that's how far back it goes.
Yep. Yes.
Until that rolled around, Cosby
87, I
And you
believe.
got to remember, in the '80s, like now when a show gets like 6 million or 8 million viewers, it's like, woo, what a hit! Like,
I know.
these fucking shows were getting like 35 million people watching an episode.
It's
because there was so
ridiculous.
little competition. Cable and satellite penetration was very small at that time.
Penetration.
It was there certainly wasn't any streaming or
Giggity.
Netflix or anything like that. So like primetime TV was like if you had 20 million people watching, it was like, well, that was a flop.
Zach Rod asked, "What do you guys think of Family Matters?" I fucking love Family Matters. I loved it.
I didn't.
Still don't make. They don't make shows like that. They still won't.
It wasn't a Dad is Dumb sitcom, like because Carl Winslow seemed like pretty competent
He was.
most of the time, but like they transferred that character into that of Urkel too much. He was.
It was the later seasons that they went too much with Urkel.
They leaned on the Urkel, stuff way too long. Like they didn't like the Simpsons. Eventually learned like very early that they couldn't do Eat My Shorts every single episode.
Oh God!
And they because remember when the Simpsons first started, it was the Bart Simpson show. It was not the Homer Simpson show.
I know.
And it was always cool your jets, man. Eat my shorts, man. All that shit. But they knew that had a shelf life, and it was going to be short. Sell as many T-shirts as you can, all the fucking
all
gear,
over.
But then transfer it, and then it became more the Homer Simpson show.
I had a Bart
Family Matters didn't realize that with Urkel.
I think
they just kept doubling down on Urkel.
It was the later seasons that they kept doing with Urkel, and like the earlier seasons were much better. I'll tell you what, there's one that was on that same time era that I fucking loved. That was Step by Step. Loved it. Suzanne Summers.
Gay.
Nope, that was a good show. It was a good show. Suzanne Summers was still stupid hot in that show. Yeah.
Yeah, but didn't it have like Patrick Duffy in it too?
Yeah,
and
Patrick
Sasha
Duffy was
Mitchell.
Yeah, Patrick Duffy was good in that show. Yeah.
I remember it being on. I think maybe my sister watched it, but I didn't watch that show. I was familiar with it though. That was like, that was back in the good old days when like teeny magazines were like a thing. Remember Teen Bop or whatever the fucking things were, and it's like every single
Tiger
cover
Beat.
was like fucking Mark Paul Gosling or fucking Kirk Cameron and all them, Corey Haim and like. Every cover, and it was all like pink bubblegum colored on the front cover, every single issue. Oh God, those are the days.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, yeah. It'll never be like that again.
Back where there's like magazines were like a thing, and like you get wrestling magazines. Oh,
I still have some wrestling magazines.
So do I.
Like, well, because you couldn't just go to a website. There was no Wikipedia. Like that.
Nope.
Like that was the magazines was kind of the community, and that's how you got like the behind the scenes and the upcoming info, and the pictures and all that stuff. You couldn't just Google it. That didn't exist then.
Pictures. Yep.
Yeah.
In the back of the rack in the black bag was the magazine you really wanted.
Yeah.
Now you're talking, Lord Vader. Now you have there you go. You finally said something that we agree on there. I did like Roseanne. Yeah.
Early seasons, when they started getting like, and here's the thing with all sitcoms.
The ending was fucking terrible. Though.
Especially family sitcoms, is when they start getting into like, so-and-so character has an eating disorder, and then this character is got a gambling problem. When they all get like after
it's
school
always
special,
that way, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, the ending was
they just
fucking
turned
terrible.
to shit because they've run their course with the characters, and now they just have to keep like. And the actors are like, "Well, I want an episode." And we're like, "Okay, you're going to have an eating disorder this episode, or you're going to get bullied."
There was this comedian I remember even during that time, and he was on even at the Improv, and he did this bit where he's like, "This week on Family Ties, a very special episode. Alex is caught masturbating for the first time," and then he did a Michael J. Fox voice, and he's like, "Come on, Mel, you could have knocked."
Yeah. Very nice.
And Roseanne is one of the shows that really nosedived hardcore into that kind of shit.
Oh yeah.
And
I know.
Yeah,
the ending was fucking awful. That
and it was just
awful.
like, ooh, bad. That was awful shit.
What happened? You don't have to go deep into it. Just what happened?
Like the entire last season was like a dream. I guess
it was it was in her head. She was writing it as a book,
writing a book or whatever.
No.
Yeah,
it was
That's
the whole
fucking
fucking
retarded.
season.
No.
Like the end of it, you're like, wait, what? That didn't happen.
It's like Dan died of a heart attack.
Yeah.
But they won the lottery, and like it was all over the fucking place.
And then I'm like, this is your dream. You're writing this book, and you make Dan like a cheater, who's moved who's a truck driver, who's cheating on you. Like it's like, what the fuck is going on? It just didn't make any sense, man, at all.
Creative bankruptcy is what that is.
That's exactly right.
But see, that was one of those things where, like, I'm like in the writing room, you just got the sense that they were all like patting themselves on the back for being so clever. And it's like,
oh, I swear,
no.
I guarantee
like
they were.
you're trying to do like the Saint Elsewhere ending thing. It doesn't work.
It does not work.
Oh, it was all in this autistic kid's snow globe.
Damn.
Sorry. That was funny.
That was a fucking ending of the show. Like, none
I
of it
know.
mattered.
I know. It's like, all right, what just happened? Yeah, kind of thing.
Well, and, you know, and again, I'm sure they thought they were being really clever, but what they told the audience is these characters that they've loved and followed for this whole, none of it
don't
fucking
fucking matter.
matters.
Yeah,
and
it
you're
did not
fucking
matter.
You're a retard for watching this whole time.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
You were the autistic kid drooling looking at the snow globe. That's what that show told you.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know, versus like the ending of the second, oh God, what's his name? Bob Newhart's show. Where like he wakes up and it's like
The second one.
the wife from the first series. I thought that was clever.
I thought that, yeah, was pretty clever, yeah.
Because it like
I like
wasn't
the
like it wasn't done. It was done for comedy. It wasn't done as like, whoa, what
Seriousness,
if?
yeah, oh my god.
Whoa,
Yeah.
what if
What
this
just
is all a
happened,
dream,
man? Yeah. Oh,
No,
God.
it was comedy, and that
Well,
was
and
a
his
good kind
delivery of it, he had the
Right,
best
of course,
dry
Of course,
delivery.
yeah. He did. He really did.
right. Like,
I love Newhart.
Yeah, he.
Oh,
he could
God,
pull
that
it
was
off,
such a great
and-
show. Man.
Oh, you know what show I like? They were just the comedies that I like. They just never lasted very long. But what was that one that took place in an airport? That had
Wings.
What's his name? That was a dumb
Wings.
Yeah, Wings.
Wings
That was
is fucking awesome.
Funny.
Spin-off of Cheers.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
it is.
Well, Frasier was too, and that was a fucking brilliant show as well.
Oh,
Yes, it was. Yeah, it
I
was.
got to go back and finish it because I've only seen 4 seasons, I think. So.
I've seen 6. I got to finish it as well. Yeah.
It's good. I mean, boy, did they strike gold because like Kelsey Grammer was just supposed to be in like a 3-episode arc in Cheers, and it was like he hit it off so well.
Like, fans fucking, like, loved
And
him.
nailed it so fucking well. Like the dynamic he had with the other characters, like we can't let this guy off the show. We're keeping him.
No. Yeah, yeah, they just...
And not only
they
did
struck
it
gold
help-
multiple times on that show.
Yeah,
Like,
it
multiple
kept them
times.
successfully, like kept the show going, and then spawned off another very successful show on top of that. Like, shit, that just. And,
Yeah.
you know, that's kind of some of the best moments in movie and TV come from those kind of things where they really weren't intentional. They just kind of happened.
Well, remember when Shelley Long left Cheers? Everybody's like, "Oh fuck, what are they going to do now?
Yeah,
Like,
and
what's
then
going
they got
to
Kirstie Alley,
And
you know?
and she was gold on that show. Yeah, gold.
Well, I liked Diane,
So did I.
and like yeah.
did-
I thought
like
the
Diane as
Kirstie
well.
Alley thing was going to be tough because I'm like, well, what are they going to do? And they're like, well, Sam lost the bar; he doesn't own it, and he's subservient to her. Oh, that's a
Yeah.
different dynamic now.
It
was.
That's okay.
And he still
And it
has
worked.
the hots for her. Yeah.
Yep, and
And
it
he still
worked.
has the hots for her. So it was like they flipped the
Rightfully
dynamic.
so.
It wasn't Sam
Hey, look at her.
going after the owner going after the waitress. It was the
Blake, I agree.
the bartender going after the owner.
So here's the question: which annoyed you more, Rebecca wanting Robin or wanting that other old fart? Both of those guys were ugly as hell.
I know. Yeah,
She was just a gold digger.
she was.
I
Yeah,
didn't find
she
anything
was.
annoying.
Yeah,
That Robin
What?
guy, I wanted to punch him in the face.
yeah, me too.
I didn't either. I was just like,
I
as
love
much as
Woody.
I liked Cheers and everything, it was like, oh, Savick, I want you to be Savick. Put on the ears, baby. Let's
Yeah.
go. Like, she was a good Savick. I'm sorry. Not
Yeah.
to take anything away from the other one, but
I know.
Robin something or other. Her name.
I can't think of her name.
that
right.
played her
either.
in the third one. She did fine.
She was more Vulcan-like, I think. But
Definitely, like, yeah, like you can catch some smirks from Kirstie Alley in Wrath of Khan, but like I think it added to it.
yeah,
Yeah,
Like and like the moment where
I don't
like
know,
there's a really great moment that she had. I don't think it was intentional, but like at Spock's funeral service, it looked like she was fucking crying or like upset. Like she was emotional in that scene. And she's a Vulcan. She's not supposed to be emotional, but the fact that she's a Vulcan and she was still emotional, like, added to the scene because it's like
right.
it was such a devastating loss for her that even her being a Vulcan she couldn't contain it.
Yeah.
So like it's a little bit of a slip, but it
Well-
added something.
And anytime you're at a funeral and you're like, I'm just going because out of respect, I don't know this fucking person, and then
You
other
fucking hear
people are
taps
crying,
and shit. And you're like, oh,
Yeah, you're like, damn it. Yeah, I know.
and then it makes you cry. So
Yeah.
right, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. All the Souls is the most.
human.
Oh,
Anyway,
God, that movie kills me every time. That just all the way, like, even if I can make it through the glass scene, the fucking funeral gets me every time. Because like the first part like chops you off at the knees, and then the funeral just like lops your head off, as far as like being able to kind of like control your emotions and like keep it together. It's like watching a movie like Saving Private Ryan or something like that, where it's just like it's almost exhausting sitting there watching it, because it's such an emotional ride that you take.
Yep.
Good war movies are movies that can kind of pull that off. And for me, Saving Private Ryan one's like good movie, but I'm not going to watch it again.
yeah.
Like Black Hawk
agree with
Down, I
that.
like that one, but not going to watch it again, man. It's tough.
It is.
Like
is
the
tough.
heroic sacrifice thing, it gets me all the time. I'm a dude. That's like, it's not going to be some romantic sappy ending that gets me. It's going to be
It's the heroic stuff.
sacrifice.
Yeah, that's what get. Yeah, that's it.
That's what That's me. I'm a dude. That's that's, if you want to see me get emotional in a movie, that's the shit that's going to get me.
Yep, me too.
Way,
Me too.
way before the sappy lovey-dovey ending shit.
Lord Vader, yeah, I do think so. I don't know what it's going to be, but I think we will eventually. So,
Oh, of course. It'll be the
do I
next
ever
big-
think we'll get a show that's that big and that fucking flops that bad? No, not like that.
What a joke.
That
funny
is
thing
a
is, Lord of the Rings-
once in a lifetime thing.
Or not Lord of the Rings. Game of Thrones, like, initially early on, it was the show that was like, dude, you need to check this out. It's violent as fuck and has tits and ass in it.
Tits and everywhere.
Like, I think if you go back in time and don't put that shit in that show, like the tits and ass, I don't know if it would have ever been a success. Because it was a snowball effect that grew throughout the seasons, that it became like the hottest show to talk about. But like, it was like, the snowball's got to start from somewhere, and like, if they would have cut that out of there and not done that, I think the snowball would have started way further down the hill and would have never gotten as big.
Yeah.
Not to take away from the work, but like, honestly, like, I have never read the books. I'm never going to read the books. I have no desire to read the books for one very good reason.
Because
The
he'll never
fucking
end. He'll
author
never
has
end.
no desire to finish them.
He's not going to finish it. Yeah. No.
Like, he's been working on the last novel for like how long? Like, fuck off. Like, you're like, I'm not gonna invest in a book series that doesn't have an ending. Like,
Nope.
and certainly the TV show didn't have a satisfying ending. So like,
No,
I'm not gonna
God,
go back
no.
to that either.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to like,
Buddy.
knowing that it's just gonna end and there's just never gonna be a final story. Like, no.
Sit down.
Like, I wouldn't watch Lord of the Rings if they never made Return of the King.
Yeah. If the return. Yeah. If there's this.
If it just ended at Two Towers and that's
Yeah.
it, I would have been like,
Yep.
oh, that's a fucking ripoff. I'm not watching it.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah. All right. I know I've said this 100 times, but yeah, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. So tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Central Standard Time, we're doing trivia, so make sure you're here for that. So we'll see you guys then. Thank you guys for joining us, and I appreciate you all being here and watching with us and hanging out. We have good discussions while we're watching Star Trek. So yeah, it's a fun time. So thank you guys. We'll see you guys in the next time. So take care. Have a good night, and have a good start to your week on a Monday.